I destroyed a 10-year relationship in 15 seconds. That's how long it took for me to say words I could never take back. Words fueled by anger I couldn't control. And in that moment, I realized something terrifying. My anger wasn't protecting me. It was killing everything I cared about. Maybe you've been there too. That burning feeling in your chest. The words racing to your mouth before your brain can stop them. The regret that comes after. But here's what nobody tells you about anger. It's not just destroying your relationships. It's destroying your health, your career, your peace of mind, and your future. Today I'm going to share how anger was systematically dismantling my life piece by piece. More importantly, they'll show you the unexpected grace I found when I finally learned to be slow to anger. This isn't about suppressing your feelings or becoming a doormat. It's about something far more powerful. Let me start with the physical damage. When you're constantly angry, your body lives in a state of emergency. Your heart rate spikes. Your blood pressure rises. Stress hormones flood your system. I didn't realize it at the time, but my chronic anger was literally shortening my lifespan. Research shows that people who struggle with anger have a 19% higher risk of heart disease. Think about that for a second. Nearly 1 in 5 heart attacks could be linked to uncontrolled anger. I was walking around with a ticking time bomb in my chest, and I had lit the fuse myself. But the physical effects go deeper than that. Chronic anger weakens your immune system. It disrupts your sleep patterns. It causes tension, headaches, and digestive problems. I was sick all the time and couldn't figure out why. The answer was staring me in the face every time I looked in the mirror. Now let's talk about relationships. This is where anger does its most devastating work. Every time you lash out in anger, you're making a withdrawal from your relationship bank account. And here's the brutal truth. You can make 100 deposits of kindness and love, but one angry explosion can wipe them all out. I watched my friendships evaporate one by one. People started avoiding me. They'd tense up when I entered the room. They'd choose their words carefully around me, like I was a bomb that could go off at any moment. And they were right to be cautious. I was dangerous. My family relationships suffered even more. The people closest to me bore the brunt of my anger. I told myself I was just being honest or standing up for myself. But honesty without kindness is just cruelty. And standing up for yourself shouldn't mean tearing others down. Children are especially vulnerable to angry parents. Studies show that kids raised in angry households have higher rates of anxiety and depression. They struggle with relationships as adults. They often repeat the same angry patterns they witnessed growing up. I was passing my poison to the next generation. Then Therese, your career. Anger in the workplace is a career killer. I've seen talented people destroy their professional lives because they couldn't control their temper. One angry email. One heated outburst in a meeting. One moment of lost control. That's all it takes. Employers don't want angry people on their teams. Colleagues don't want to work with someone who might explode at any moment. Clients and customers certainly don't want to deal with anger. I watched promotion after promotion go to people less qualified than me. Why? Because they could keep their cool under pressure. But here's what really got my attention. Anger was destroying my own inner peace. I was miserable. I'd lie awake at night replaying arguments in my head. I'd rehearse what I should have said. I'd imagine future conflicts and prepare my angry responses. My mind had become a war zone. The exhaustion was overwhelming. Being angry all the time takes enormous energy. It's like running a marathon every single day. Except instead of getting stronger, you're getting weaker. I was burned out, bitter, and broken. Something had to change. That's when I discovered what it really means to be slow to anger. This phrase comes from ancient wisdom, but it's incredibly relevant today. Being slow to anger doesn't mean you never feel angry. It means you create space between the trigger and your response. Think of it like this. When someone cuts you off in traffic, Teresa, a split second before you react. Most people fill that split second with anger. But what if you filled it with something else? What if you paused? What if you breathed? What if you chose your response instead of letting anger choose for you? This simple shift changed everything for me. I started practicing what I call the 5-second rule. When I felt anger rising, I'd count to 5 before responding. Just 5 seconds. That tiny pause gave my rational brain time to catch up with my emotional brain. During those 5 seconds, I'd ask myself 3 questions. First, is this worth damaging a relationship over? Second, will I regret my words tomorrow? Third, what outcome do I actually want here? These questions were like circuit breakers for my anger. I also had to understand what was really driving my anger. Here's a truth bomb for you. Anger is almost always a secondary emotion. It's covering up something deeper. Usually fear, hurt, or feeling disrespected. When I started looking beneath my anger, I found wounded places I'd been ignoring for years. For me, a lot of my anger came from feeling powerless. I grew up in an environment where I had no control. As an adult, any situation that made me feel powerless would trigger explosive anger. Once I understood this pattern, I could address the real issue instead of just reacting to the surface trigger. I learned to communicate my needs before they became demands. I learned to set boundaries without building walls. I learned that being strong doesn't mean being hard. Real strength is being able to stay calm when everything in you wants to explode. The grace I found in this process was unexpected. As I became slower to anger, I became quicker to understand. I started seeing people's behavior as information about their pain rather than attacks on my character. That driver who cut me off? Maybe they're rushing to the hospital. That colleague who snapped at me? Maybe they're going through something difficult at home. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means responding to it wisely instead of reactively. It means protecting yourself without destroying others. It means being firm without being cruel. This is the grace that transforms everything. My health improved dramatically. My blood pressure dropped. I started sleeping better. The constant tension in my shoulders finally released. It turns out that peace of mind isn't just a nice idea. It's actual medicine for your body. My relationships began to heal. People who had distanced themselves started coming back. New friendships formed because I was finally safe to be around. My family relationships transformed. The people I love most stopped walking on eggshells around me. My career took off. When I stopped being the angry guy in the room, opportunities opened up. People wanted to work with me. Leaders trusted me with bigger responsibilities. I became known as someone who could handle pressure with grace. That reputation is worth more than gold. But the biggest change was internal. I found peace. Real, lasting peace. Not the absence of problems, but the presence of calm in the middle of problems. I discovered that I could feel angry without being controlled by anger. I could acknowledge frustration without letting it drive my actions. Here's what I want you to understand. Learning to be slow to anger isn't about becoming passive. It's about becoming powerful in a completely different way. Quick anger makes you reactive and predictable. Slow anger makes you intentional and effective. When you're slow to anger, people listen to you. Your words carry weight because you don't waste them on outbursts. When you do express strong feelings, people pay attention because it's not your default mode. You become someone whose opinion matters because it's not clouded by constant rage. The path forward starts with a decision. Decide that your peace matters more than being right. Decide that your relationships matter more than winning arguments. Decide that your future matters more than venting your feelings. This decision won't make anger disappear, but it will change how you respond to it. Practice the pause. Every single time you feel anger rising, pause. Count to 5. Breathe deeply. Ask yourself those 3 questions. This will feel awkward at first. You might even feel like you're suppressing your true feelings. You're not. You're choosing wisdom over impulse. Seek to understand the roots of your anger. What's really driving it? What fear or hurt is hiding underneath? This might require professional help, and that's okay. There's no shame in getting support to break destructive patterns. I worked with a therapist, and it was one of the best investments I ever made. Surround yourself with people who model healthy emotional regulation. Watch how they handle conflict. Notice how they stay calm under pressure. Learn from their example. You become like the people you spend time with, so choose wisely. The grace I found in learning to be slow to anger wasn't just about controlling my temper, it was about discovering who I really wanted to be. Not the angry, reactive person I had become, but someone who could face life's challenges with strength and wisdom. Someone who could love deeply without fear of explosion. Someone at peace. Your anger might feel justified. It might feel powerful. It might even feel good in the moment. But I promise you, it's costing you more than you realize. It's stealing your health, your relationships, your opportunities, and your peace. The question is, are you ready to stop paying that price? The unexpected grace is waiting for you too. It's found in the pause. It's found in the breath. It's found in the choice to respond rather than react. It's found in understanding rather than attacking. It's found in being slow to anger. And it will change your life in ways you can't even imagine yet.